Now, in part 7 of thermodynamics, we are going to discuss about the calculation of Q, that means heat energy, W, work, delta U or delta E, that is internal energy, and delta H means enthalpy. For ideal gas, reversible process, adiabatic change, isothermal change, both of the cases we have to follow, we have to calculate, as well as for ideal gas irreversible process, adiabatic change and isothermal change and free expansion. So these are the things we are going to discuss over here. Now, before moving forward, the few mathematical formula I have written here, which is very much required to explain to find out the calculation for these properties. The required mathematical formula like this: dx integration, this is the integration part. Calculus, in calculus, integration is there, integration dx, it is definite integral 1 to first state to second state. Obviously the it will be x2 minus x1, and I think we all know about this. And whenever a is the constant, a constant term will be liberated, it will be liberated from here. So ultimately this will be the ultimate formula. And integration dx by x equal to ln x1 to same thing, ln x2 by x minus ln x1, and this is the log formula, log a minus log b, that is log a by b. So exactly that is I have written. So these are the formula we have to imply here, then only we can find out the values of the properties. Now let's start with the for ideal gas reversible process, adiabatic change, reversible. Now adiabatic change means we all know that earlier we have discussed no exchange of heat energy, that means Q equal to 0 here. So whenever Q equal to 0 means what? From first law of thermodynamics, actually we can write here Q equal to dE plus W. So we can remember this one. So now here, because Q equal to 0, then therefore we can write 0 equal to dE plus W. So W can be written as a minus dE. So simple mathematical operation it is. Now up to this part it is okay. Now we all know that what that means, Cv equal to dE by dt at constant V. That means we can write dE equal to Cv dt, right? So I think we can easily remember this relation. That means in the last video, I think in the last video we have discussed about this. This is the heat capacity. This is the relation between internal energy and heat capacity. This is the relation, and from that relation we can easily derive, that means dE equal to Cv dt. Now if Cv dt it is, let me write, this is equation number 1 and equation number 2 it is. So from equation number 2 we get dE equal to Cv dt, both side integration is done here over here. So this is 1 2 and it is T1 T2, two different states. So from here what we can write here, so integration dE means what? Integration dE, again I am writing this state, Cv dt T1 T2 dt. So obviously the result will be, as I have mentioned in the formula, that means dx equal to x minus 2, that means x minus x1, so it will be E2 minus E1, so that is will be Cv, it will also T2 minus T1. So therefore delta E equal to Cv T2 minus T1. So this is the calculation for delta E here. Now from equation 1, just I have mentioned equation 1, we can write W equal to minus dE. So therefore W equal to integration of this minus dE first step and second step. So already we have calculated over here. So W equal to work done equal to what will the result? CV T2 minus T1. Say equation number 3. From equation 3 we can write. So therefore W equal to CV T1 minus T2. So it is also we have already calculated this one also. Now the remaining one, this is equation number 4 say. Now the calculation for delta H. Now delta H, we all know that delta E plus P del V. Therefore delta H equal to delta E plus R delta T. Because from the ideal gas equation we can write, from the ideal gas equation we get PV equal to RT. So that's why I have written over here. Now if the delta integration has been done, both side integration has been done, so after the integration the result will be delta E. Delta E already we have calculated delta E, that means CV T2 minus T1 from equation number 3 plus again in this case also R T2 minus T1. So sorry, it is delta H it will be. So delta H it will be common factor this one and this one. So T1 minus T2 is common factor from both. So finally we are getting this one. Now we all know that Cp minus Cv equal to R. So Cp equal to Cv plus R. So from this we can write delta H equal to Cp into T2 minus T1. So we have calculated delta H also. So I think it's clear. So we have calculated all the properties here. Now it is for adiabatic I have written. Now moving to the next part. That means what I have written over here. Isothermal. For isothermal change. For isothermal change means temperature equal to constant. Therefore delta T or dt equal to 0. There is no change of temperature. Earlier we have discussed what is we have already discussed what is isothermal change. So it is delta T equal to 0. Now moving forward, we all know that means W equal to P dV. Okay, so we all know that this is the relation of with W and pressure volume. Now what we can write from ideal gas equation, PV equal to RT. So in place of P we can write down RT by V, right? So by putting So write down, if you consider it is equation number 1 and it is equation number 2. So from equation number 1 we get, just putting the value of P, W equal to RT by V into delta P, or whole cycle W equal to RT dV by V. Integration should be done over here 1 to 2. Here one thing I have to discuss over here, I have liberated R and T from the integration part. Why? Because in the formula, last formula I have mentioned over here, whenever it is constant will be liberated from the integration part. So here also we all know that R is the constant term, ideal gas constant, so obviously it is a constant, and T is also liberated, it is also constant, because we are discussing about isothermal change, that means temperature remain constant here, so obviously it is also the constant term, that's why it is liberated from the integration part. Now what will be the result over here? So the W will be RT, and this is the integration part, already we have discussed, dx by x equal to ln x2 by x1. So here it will be V2 by V1. So it is actually this is the W, calculation of W here. Now if we want to exchange it in terms of pressure, it becomes ln P1 by P2, ln P1 by P2, it will exchange to P1 by P2. Why? Because we all know that P1 V1 equal to P2 V2. So from this relation we can easily find out V2 by V1 equal to P1 by P2. So this is the W calculation for isothermal change in isothermal change. Now W is over here. Now what we can write over here, we all know that delta E equal to CV dt. Now CV dt part equal to 0. So obviously dE equal to CV into 0. So dE will be 0. So or delta E equal to 0. So this is the 0 part. That means no change of internal energy. Now delta H, same thing, CP T2 minus T1, again same thing, this is the value, no change of temperature. So delta H equal to Cp into 0. So there will be delta H will be again 0 over here. Now remaining part, the Q value. We all know that Q equal to dE plus W from the first law of thermodynamics. So Q equal to, here its value is 0, that is equal to W. So Q equal to, therefore Q equal to W. So we all know that W I have calculated over here. So W is either of these. So Q can also be represented by this manner, ln P1 by P2, or Q equal to RT ln V2 by V1. So these are the calculation for the ideal gas reversible process, adiabatic change, as well as isothermal change I have discussed. In the next segment, this is the first segment I have discussed. In the next segment we will discuss about the remaining part. So it is the first segment. Okay.